Hey everybody. If you listen to my 2 videos ago when I said I had a estate liquidation coming up, this is it. We got to get everything out of this house. Some stuff has been spoken for, but 90% of it hasn't. So we have to move it off site for an auction because the real estate sold like in just a couple days. So this is going to be a big push because I got to get everything out of here probably in the next 2.5 weeks. So I think what I want to do is get the camera out of the tripod and I'm going to walk around, show you the house, show you some of the stuff and what I'm up against trying to get all this stuff out of here in the next couple of weeks. I cleaned out the garage today because I need somewhere to take these boxes and put them. I don't want to have worker guys coming into the house because, I mean, it's spring, we're out in the country, so there's no concrete. Everybody's gonna be dragging crap in off their feet. We're not doing that. So I think it's just better if I take my time, get it into the garage. That way they can back up the trucks and trailers, just go into the garage, which is easy to clean out. And we'll go from there. So let's take a look at what's around here.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Glacier Trading Company. I've been a professional buyer for most of my adult life. I'm Craig. Join me from my remote northern location as I buy and sell antiques, collectibles, and vintage from interesting locations and from interesting people, and resell those items online. I buy from auctions, estate liquidations, stores, and from folks that just look me up and simply ask if I want to buy their items. Hang out with me for a bit and see what I got this week, and meet some of the local wildlife that live in my backyard. Let's get to it.
You can see we're out in the country here. It's April. Spring is trying to happen, but it keeps snowing pretty much every night and then melting during the day, so it's just a big sopping mess. But this is a gorgeous 40-acre parcel, maybe 5 or 6 miles out of town. My aunt and uncle built this house in the 90s, and it's awesome. All Amish cabinetry, really, truly a gourmet kitchen with more cabinet space than most people could ever imagine. And here we have all the lawn furniture that'll be in the sale. And we just have all kinds of amazing glass. That's Fostoria from the 1920s. There's just all kinds of really, really good stuff. This whole cabinet is this is her Lenox cabinet. And obviously some beautiful Lenox pieces here. And those are all going to be included. She has Jim Rowe pottery. That's, his pottery's in the London Museum of Art, and there's, I think, 6 or 7 pieces here of his. There's just really good stuff here. Fortunately, most of this furniture has been sold because this is just a bear to try to get stuff like this out of here without damaging it. So I like the fact that it's going to be here, but all the crystal inside this cabinet will be sold. Original artwork. There's some cool furniture pieces. More artwork, more signed art. And I'll probably get a little more into it. There's art glass vases. Really cool stuff. And my aunt treasured these. And I remember going to her house when I was a little boy, maybe 3 or 4 years old, and that piece was already there. And I'm dating myself, but that's going back to like 1960. So some of these are 60, 70 years old. Pretty cool. Big resin pieces. One-off custom woodwork pieces. Quite a view, huh? And then actually the church just outside of Chicago, I was actually confirmed to this church. This was the church's organ. If I can get this open with one hand. Let me put this down. So my uncle got this many, many years ago when they reworked the church. And this thing had giant brass pipes to the left and to the right going vertically, you know, all the way up to the ceiling of the church. And my cousin, his daughter, played that organ a lot. So he had it converted into a great big roll top desk. All the guts are out of it. All the organ guts are out of it. And it's just turned into a big desk. And the pew is the chair for it, and that goes with it. So that'll be in the sale too. I remember as a young boy going to my aunt and uncle's house, and we always had to be really careful because my aunt had all these exquisite figurines all over the house. And there's bunches. This is just the first few that I grabbed out of a big cabinet full of them. They're just in great shape. Most are Royal Copenhagen. They're all from Denmark. Her family immigrated here from Denmark in the early 1900s. And so much of the furniture and the furnishings in the house are, you know, the whole mid-century modern, the real deal mid-century modern. And again, look how cute that little guy is. Pretty good stuff. And it was really cared for here. It's about as nice in shape as you're ever gonna find this stuff. It's hard to zoom in on it, but they're all really good pieces. Anyway, all this stuff is going to be in individual lots in the sale. Hey, I just made a couple of really cool finds. I want to take the camera out of the tripod and show these to you guys. These are pretty neat. I was telling you before about all this cool glass that's in here. Check out this picture. See all that? That's all engraved. Isn't that wild? It's got an ice cube free top so you can pour without the ice cubes chasing into the drink. It has an applied handle, but if you look at it, the handle's only applied at the base. Beautiful, right? Pretty cool. And then this is a Campbell. This is what was that? Oh. He is a potter from the Cedar Creek Pottery. And this was bought in the mid-90s or early 90s, something like that, 1994. So this is a Campbell Blue Glazed number 44 pitcher. And what's cool about these, you can see you can get it in the light here, is that not only is the drip glaze on the outside gorgeous, isn't that cool? That is a cool pitcher. But the drip glaze is on the inside too, 100%. Pretty wild. You can look up a Campbell pitcher like that on eBay, and you'll see some of them fetch a couple of $300 to get the right one. As you can see, I just got another batch of Royal Copenhagen figurines that I'm getting ready to bag up. I've only found one out of all of these with any damage at all, and it's this fella's ear. Part of it's broke off. I didn't break it. This one's real special. If you don't believe me, look it up. I see these online for $400 to $500. just for this one. The detail is amazing. Really amazing. Whoops. Oh, looks like a brook trout. Look at his hooves. That's cool. I can't read, it's so small. I might even be upside down, I don't know. I'm getting dizzy from handling all this, looking through this viewfinder. There you go. That's the next batch I'm back boxing out. And there's more. Well, the hits just don't stop coming, I guess. This horse bust. I see them online for about 50 bucks, I guess. But these are really good. More Copenhagen. These two are really wild though. That's a Goebel figurine from the 1950s. I think those are West German. I don't see any damage on it at all. Oh, I can't get the focus on that. I had to pause because I almost dropped it. That wouldn't be good. I don't know if that says 132 or 137, but there it says 1958. So it's 65 years oldish. What a great piece. Amazing, it's 100% condition. And then this crazy thing. This is actually hand painted, believe it or not. I thought it was a transfer, but it's not. This is a, I think, what is it, Herden? See if I can zoom in on that. Hedron. Anyway, you can look that up too. I would call it a hen. You can call it whatever you want. All right, let's box this stuff up. Look at that piece of Gemero pottery. It's beautiful. It's a lot of different colors. I know this sort of thing isn't for everybody because not everybody entertains at the level that my aunt did, but look at how organized. I mean, even embroidered cornered napkins, cloth napkins, everything's inventoried, marked, everything's from Marshall's. It's all just really crazy good stuff. Don't worry guys, when I get out to the shop where my uncle built his airplane, there's plenty of cool guy stuff out there. It's just, I'm starting in probably the worst room in the house from an organizational standpoint, is getting all this stuff in boxes and boxes. Anyway, let's keep at it. I'm blown away. I mean, she was such an organizational expert. Look at this. Fascinating. Fancy napkin foldings. That's just amazing to me. Like who entertains enough for that to be on their list of things that they should impress their guests with. Like I said, there's so much fine china, and all these boxes are just placemats and napkins. All Marshall Fields, Fitz and Floyd stuff. I don't think I'm gonna get that open with one hand, but even the Christmas stuff is just like, it's crazy. It's all just so cool. Anyway, I just had to throw that in there because she just never ceases to amaze me.